Hi, my name is Jim Egan, and I'm here to explain the art of goal setting. And believe me, it is an art. Sometimes we're not sure what we want from life, but we know something has to change. We'll show you how to find and make these changes as we move through the presentation. There's a definite process that must be followed if you want to achieve any major goal in life. And I said a major goal and not something that can be put on somebody's to-do list. You can pause this video anytime you wish to write some of these items down or just replay it later. What do we mean by a situation analysis? It's where we sit down and begin spelling out everything in our life that's not acceptable to us right now. Look at every area possible. Make sure you're including your personal life, professional, your career, your spiritual life, etc. If you do this carefully, it will set the stage for you to arrive at your first major goal. List everything you're not happy with or something you'd like to achieve. Make your list as long as you like, and then we'll prioritize this list a bit later. Let's say you've listed 8 to 12 items on your list. Look at each item and slowly start putting numbers next to each statement in the order of importance to you. How important is it right now to you? Naturally, you believe your number one item is the most important of all the items. So after you do this, put the list away for about 2 days, then come back and reprioritize, just to be certain that your original number one is still number one. If it is still your number one, you've found your most urgent need and thus your number one goal to achieve. Hold on to your list though, because you can come back later and start working on your number two priority, and so on and so forth. Developing a strategic plan is probably the most important of the 4 total steps we showed you previously. This will be the roadmap that leads to the successful completion of all your goals. It's imperative that your strategies be very well written. Exactly what is a strategy? Most people get scared when they hear this word, when in fact strategies are just an outline of everything you believe you have to do to achieve your goal. They're clearly written, brief statements of the things you have to execute, and they must be numbered sequentially, and we'll tell you why. Major goal in life, there has to be a strategic plan and a tactical plan. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the tactical plan. The tactical plan actually links directly to the strategic plan. Let's say you just wrote 6 strategies and number them 1 through 6. Now you must write a very descriptive tactic or tactics for each strategy. However, you could have 3, 4, or 5 tactics for each strategy. Let's continue on now a little further with the tactical plan. I hope you're beginning to see the connection here, because it's that the tactical plan outlines everything you have to do to achieve the strategic plan. Again, the tactical plan is intended to achieve the strategic plan. If strategy number 1 is linked to tactic number 1, then that's the way they have to be executed. Now, the tactical plan might have 3 or 4 tactics tied to each tactic number 1, and those tactics have to be executed to achieve strategy number 1. It pretty much goes without saying that you should have a target date for the completion of the goal, but I'm going to say that the target date you should put on is for the tactical plan to be completed, because if you complete the tactical plan in the time allotted that you give yourself, you will have achieved the goal. Just remember that planning is extremely important if you want to achieve major goals in your life. I'm not talking about a to-do list that you can put on your phone, but major goals. So if your goal number one on your priority list was most important to you, then don't ever give up on that goal. Don't abandon it. If you hit roadblocks from time to time, change your strategy or your tactical plan, but never change your goal.